I spent a fuck ton of money on a studio, and so far I've learned I have no idea what I'm doing. Shit. Before this studio, I actually recorded with a webcam, so the change is pretty drastic. So I'm making this video to hopefully help other people looking to upgrade their equipment. Whether you watch this video to avoid the same silly mistakes I made or because you're bored, make sure to like the video. Now comes the hard part, to somehow show my gear while using my gear because it's the only gear I own. So I'll talk about the reason why I upgraded my equipment, what I got, and some of the mistakes I made. I bought this studio because honestly, I was tired of recording with a webcam. I wanted to be more professional. Little did I know my trick of putting money into shit content equaled, you guessed right, shit content. So as you can guess, it didn't really make much of a difference when it came down to the views I was getting. I now realize I should have just focused more on making my content better and upgrading with time. Even though I shouldn't have bought this studio, it did help me learn a lot about video production. So the Godox SL-60w is my key light, and I have it on the Neewer heavy duty light stand with the Neewer 32-inch softbox on it. This is a great replacement for an aperture light if you're looking to go more budget. Then the rest of my lighting consists of 3 umbrella lights, but I can't actually put the umbrellas on them because then they reflect off the posters. So my audio setup is probably the best part of my studio. I have a Sennheiser MKE600 on a Movo shock mount with an XLR running into my Zoom H5, and it's all rigged on a Amazon Basics boom stand. An important thing to note is I got my Zoom H5 cheaper than you can get a new H4. This is because I got a renewed version. I also want to quickly say that if you're using this Sennheiser MKE600, always make sure to take out your batteries once you're done. If not, the battery can corrode. A key thing to note is that this boom stand is pretty short and you can only really use it if you're sitting down. I suggest not buying this boom stand. So for my camera, I got the Panasonic G7 with the kit lens, and it's probably one of the best budget cameras you can probably get on the market. Since I also got it used, I was able to get $100 off. A big tip is try not to buy new, since it's pretty much wasting money for no reason. In total, I saved around $250 just by getting used equipment. I have a Lexar 128GB memory card, and it's all on the Magnus VT300 tripod. So I use the rest of my budget to upgrade my PC, so I can comfortably edit 4K footage. Now, I'm completely aware that filmmakers like to use Macs. But that just doesn't work. My current PC is worth $1,278 and it still destroys a $2,100 iMac. So unless you have a casual, $1,000 extra to burn on something that will still get destroyed by the cheaper option, it's not worth it. I made a lot of mistakes when I was building my studio. The first problem I ran into was the glare problem I would get from my posters. Since I'm actually recording in a bedroom, which also makes it look like a porn studio, I don't have a lot of space to find a good angle where I won't get the glare and the lighting will still look good. As you can see, every single video I've recorded and uploaded to YouTube with this studio has had a different angle. The second was putting too much money into audio for my budget. I spent around $521 on my audio when I should have just bought something like a Rode Video Micro, and it would have left me with enough money to solve a lot of the problems I had. For example, I could have replaced the glass behind me with plexiglass for less glare, buy a new lens, 2 extra lights, and still afford the same quality of Wonder Woman CGI. Now, of course, the sound quality would be a lot worse, but who gives a fuck? But honestly, it would have been more than worth it for the improved image and a lot of the time spent trying to find a good angle where I wouldn't get glare. The third mistake was not investing enough money into lighting. I bought these 3 cheap umbrella lights, which actually don't do a really good job of lighting my background. Since my lens only goes to an aperture of 3.5, these are way too weak to light it up, which means I have to use almost 3 of them just to light the background. As creators, one of the most important things we have are the equipment we own. Of course, owning expensive equipment doesn't necessarily mean you'll get more popular. If anything, my channel is a big testament to that. However, if you are upgrading your setup, I hope this video helped you.